I'm not in the studio this weekend, which is why the audio and visual is not synchronized at all. This is another video I'm using the footage for. I have a thing I have to go to this weekend, so I'm not in the studio, but I can still deliver on some movie news. We got some crazy stuff happening with Sonic 4. Let's start off with that. So, we got this concept art for, it's not confirmed, but presumably an alternate post-credit scene. So I think Sonic traveled to an alternate future, or maybe just the regular future, or he would have. And this shows us that A, time travel might exist in this universe, and B, Eggman might be alive, and C, Eggman might have created Metal Sonic. And I guess D, Eggman's evil again for some reason? He kind of turned good. But you can see here, Eggman has successfully taken over the world. He looks epic in that. I think how he did it was, you see this yellow thing here? I think that might be the supersonic quill that he had in this movie. And there's Metal Sonic. But we got this other concept art, which is equally cool. So as you can see here, we get more of like this end of the world. And we have Amy taking down a robot. Now, Amy was in the movie, but if you remember correctly, she had like a brown robe on. So maybe they put the brown robe on her because they wanted to change this design, or they just didn't want to settle on a final design. And I think this could be a little better. I'm not a huge fan of the boots, and the skirt looks kind of weird. Doesn't look very mobile. But yeah, here's Amy saving Sonic. Well, there's no other depressing updates to counterbalance this. Oh no! Now, this is not official, this is just a rumor. This is not official, this is just a rumor. But it says, what I also heard is that this is potentially going to be the final Sonic movie with a few spin-offs planned, talking about Sonic 4. No. Why would you stop now? They have been very lucrative. Why would you stop at 4? Just keep going, dude. And if there's spin-offs planned, I guess that's kind of good. I think we could, it's probably going to be like Shadow or something, which I'm hoping to see. But God, no, please don't let this be the last one. I want to go to Sonic 15. And to balance out the universe, we do have a positive update, another one. We have the first title card for Sonic 4. I'm sorry, I screenshotted this from a YouTube video. But yeah, I mean, there's not a ton there, but it's just exciting that this is what we're going to be staring at for a while until we get something else. What do you guys think about all this Sonic 4 stuff? So, again, this isn't, like, really necessarily news, but it kind of is. We got a new new TV spot for Captain America 4 that shows Captain America's wings have, like, the kinetic energy power that Black Panther has on his suit. This was shown in another trailer where he did like a sonic blast, but it wasn't completely confirmed. But here you can see he's blasting some people away. I think what happened here is that they were like, we need a way for him to realistically defeat Red Hulk. What can we do? Oh, let's give him the Black Panther kinetic energy thing. Next up, we got some leaks of some characters that are going to be in Marvel Rivals. This one is called Locust, not to be confused with Locust. Valkyrie, Ultron, The Hood, Professor X. This is Pastepot Pete. It says that in the leak, but he's also known as the Trapster. MODOK, Jean Grey, Ascendant, Hit Monkey, Emma Frost, Doctor Doom, Deadpool, Cyclops, Colossus, Captain Marvel, Blade, and Angela are all going to be added into the game. Our next topic is Jon Bernthal has been added onto the cast of Christopher Nolan's next movie, the Odyssey. This is a stacked cast. Oh my god. So many of you may know him as the Punisher, or I'm pretty sure he's in The Walking Dead as well. This might just be the most expensive movie ever, because it now has Jon Bernthal, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, Charlize Theron, Robert Pattinson, and Lupita Nyong'o. How do you guys feel about this cast update? And are you excited for the Odyssey? This next one is about Star Wars, and apparently this is a Star Wars shocker, even though it's probably not going to matter. Star Wars shocker. Ryan Gosling is in talks to star in Sean Levy's movie. Exclusive. I mean, I really want to care. I really want to care, because he's a cool actor, and I like Star Wars usually, kind of, sometimes, maybe a little, not usually, but kind of sometimes. I've seen all the movies. Not good. But I want to be excited. It's just, they've announced so many projects that just never ever happen. Just take a look here. Rian Johnson was supposed to have his own trilogy. Rogue Squadron is supposed to happen. This update is about Sean Levy's movie instead of just announcing another movie, so that's kind of nice, actually. Taika Waititi was supposed to have a Star Wars movie. Dave Filoni was supposed to have a movie. James Mangold was supposed to have Dawn of the Jedi, which was going to be like a prequel set 1,000 years before Phantom Menace. There was supposed to be a Lando movie with Donald Glover, The New Jedi Order, and Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh, and Simon Kinberg's trilogy. So that right there is... Oh, and they just announced like 3 more movies with no director attached. What is happening with Star Wars? At least The Mandalorian and Grogu has had development. Like, I think they shot it. Or they're like gonna start shooting it sometime. I don't know. I really want to care. I really do. But with so many canceled projects, there's just no promise of anything. But how do you guys feel about Ryan Gosling possibly being in a Star Wars movie? We have Robert Eggers, who directed The Northman and The Witch and Nosferatu, the new one that just came out. He is going to make a werewolf movie called Werewolf. That's how I'm choosing to pronounce it. I actually didn't see any of those movies, but it seems like people are excited. And since Nosferatu was so positively received, I think this is probably going to be good. And then we get to get into some MCU stuff, specifically Doctor Strange. We have Benedict Cumberbatch saying in an interview, you see, he's just told me that Doctor Strange is taking a hiatus in the next Marvel sequel, 2026's Avengers Doomsday. Is that a spoiler? He asks. F it. Undeterred, he shares things that changed when Jonathan Majors, whose character Kang was intended to serve as the main antagonist of the next phase of the comic book film franchise, was fired in 2024 after being convicted of assaulting his ex-girlfriend. Cumberbatch's absence from Doomsday has to do with the character not aligning with part of the story. And though he probably shouldn't be saying this, he also reveals that Doctor Strange is in a lot of Avengers Secret Wars, which will hit theaters in 2027. And yeah, guys, there's no way Marvel didn't just tell him to say this. But moving on from that, let's actually talk about this. So he's not gonna be in Doomsday? I don't know, man. On the off chance that this is actually real and this isn't just Marvel's trying to market through like viral marketing, maybe he just hasn't been signed on yet. There's always a chance they just haven't put him on there, in the movie yet. But like, there's no way he's just not in the movie. He's just such a key player in all of this. You'd expect him to be there, but I guess not. I still feel like he might like appear in a post-credit scene or something at the very least. I highly doubt that he's just out and out not here. Although that he's in Secret Wars makes me happy, and that he plays a key role. That doesn't really make too much sense to me. How can he really play a key role in the second movie but not be in the first movie at all? But maybe we'll actually get Doctor Strange 3 in between those two movies, like with Spider-Man. And what makes me think that is because he also teased that Doctor Strange 3 is in the works, saying they are very open to discussing where we go next. What do you want to who do you want to write and direct the next one? And this is pretty cool because it also insinuates that they're giving him creative control over the movie. Alright, next up we have some updates for the show Invincible, specifically casting. Aaron Paul, also known as Jesse Pinkman, will be playing Powerplex. Kate Mara, I don't know, will play Becky Duvall. Christian Convery will play Oliver. Simu Liu will play Multi-Paul. I'm sorry if I'm saying these names incorrectly, but Solo Merawenya will play Dropkick and Fight Master. I think they're twins. Sima will play Mr. Liu. John DiMaggio will play the elephant. And Doug Bradley and Jonathan Banks will play unknown roles. And we got our first behind-the-scenes look at Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So right here we got our first look of the set of, it's just the actress, presumably Millie Alec, on set, in the chair with the logo on it. I mean, there's really not a ton here. There's some, we could, I guess, pick apart the background. Looks like we got some lights. Like, there's just nothing here. Colored lights. That's all I got. But it's good to get at least some update on Supergirl. Lionsgate, you chose the 1 week I'm not going to be in the studio to release some information on Godzilla x Kong. You guys have no idea. I've been wanting to show off my Godzilla and Kong stuff. 1 week I'm not there. I've been eagerly waiting some Godzilla or Kong news. Come on, guys. Although I guess it's not that big of a deal because it's not that big of a news. Caitlin Dever has been added into the cast of Godzilla and Kong 3 in theaters March 26, 2027. And I believe this is the same week or maybe like the week after Sonic 3. I think one of them's gonna move or this is gonna be a war. Speaking of release dates, we got the release date for Scary Movie 6, which I can't believe they're still making these, but it is June 12th, 2026. Barbarian director Zach Kreger is officially set to do a new Resident Evil movie. There will be more horror focused and it'll be more focused to the faithful to the initial games. 4 studios are bidding for the film, including Warner Brothers and Netflix. But like, really? Didn't we just have one and just have one before that? How big is this franchise, man? They won't stop making them. I'm really sorry, guys, but I cannot pretend to care. Something I do actually kind of care about is Ulrich Thompson has been added to the cast of Lanterns as Sinestro for the DCU. I mean, he's not pink, but it'll do. On a serious note, I don't think I've seen him in anything, but I mean, it's just good to know Sinestro will at least be in this movie. And for our last movie news, we have a TV series for Five Nights at Freddy's is being considered at Blumhouse. Now, this has kind of been talked about a lot. They've been saying this for a little while now, but today I want to say I think it just might be about the 5, I guess, well, yeah, shouldn't it be 5 kids murdered? I think it might be about that. I think that's the most obvious way to take this. Really showed the pizzeria when it was up and running, and this kind of goes along with another, thing we got earlier where they added someone onto the cast who might be a young William Afton. So maybe he could be the young William Afton in this show as well. But I think that is going to have to be it for our movie news this week. Again, sorry I couldn't be in the studio. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. And I recently talked about the Oscar nominations. I was going to talk about it in this video, but the footage was too long. I had to make it its own video, or it would have like completely ruined the video. It'd be like 40 minutes long. And before this video is 40 minutes long without that footage, let's end it here. Alright, bye.